Hello everyone, welcome to EverQuest II Insider. I am Margaret Luperza-Crone, your host for today, and with me at this desk is...
It's you, Kyle.
Kyle Valee, lead designer, Candor on the forums.
And?
I think.
Carlos Mora, Ninja on the forums.
And then we have over there at the PC cam, the one, the only.
I'm Nathan McCall, known as K-Feel on the forums.
And on the couch, we have...
Akil Hooper, Linda on the forums.
And a new face.
Hi, I'm Rai Schuler. Some of you know me as Roshan, and I'll be doing more community stuff with you guys very soon.
Yes, and actually let's start off with that topic. So I know that some of you guys may or may not know, I will be leaving SOE. So we need to find somebody to replace us. And what we did was we battled it out on the community team, and Rai won the battle. No, not really. Actually, Rai has been working with the EverQuest team for so long, and he's already kind of pretty well versed in NORAD, so he'll be taking over EverQuest and EverQuest 2.
Has nothing to do with the shark costume at SOE Live, right?
Well, the shark costume may have helped him win, possibly, or possibly not. But yeah, speaking of SOE Live, great, nice transition, Carlos. Very good.
Wasn't planned at all.
We will be talking a little bit about SOE Live. So, I mean, we haven't had an EQ2 Insider since then. No. So it's been a little bit crazy. Anything amazing that you can note? We talked about all the stuff that's going to be having in the future.
I don't remember much of SOE Live. No.
Yeah. You were asleep the whole time,
yeah,
right? That nothing to do with anything else.
I think sleep doesn't happen when you're in Vegas. It's the opposite of that. So does anyone want to kind of talk about like what happened at SOE Live?
It was really a positive SOE Live, and it had a good feel, and everyone was excited, and everybody was really positive and constructive, and it was a lot of fun. It was probably my best SOE Live ever.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a great time.
Yeah, I think our keynote went really well, and if you're watching the pre-roll of this, we did play a little bit of that, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And we were already prepping and thinking about things for the next SOE Live, right? Right?
For realsies.
For realsies. It's crazy here, because everyone's like, oh, it's done, it's over with, and we're like, nope, the party has only just began.
We're thinking about expansion on the...
Yeah, and you guys, I mean, and that's something that we're trying to help support too. I've already have like a huge plan already made all the way up until November, and Rai's going to be taking that over and probably
tearing everything out.
Probably. He will probably rip it all up and be like, Maggie spent all this time.
And it's both. I mean, like expansion, there's tons of stuff coming up with expansion, Ultra Malice, and then we have the 10th anniversary too, so it's just all right on top of each other. It'll be super awesome.
Yeah.
Who are you telling?
Well, I should be over here. To you at home, it'll be super awesome. Wherever the camera's here. Yes, you, super awesome.
Yes, it's going to be a mosh pit of awesomeness, so stick with us. We have a lot of things planned. Speaking of which, we kind of went over a lot of those things with the producer's letter that Holly's not here to talk about, but maybe Akil can kind of talk a little bit
just a brief bit of about the producer's letter. If you see it on the forums, we have we're mostly focusing on expansion stuff internally, but we do have some fun stuff coming over the next couple months. So I am using my cheat sheet here. Pardon me for my eyes down.
Yeah, you can't remember everything.
What's that?
You can't remember everything.
Yeah, I can't remember most things. It's
Holly will
Wednesday,
come out of
right?
the woodworks.
So we've got a PvP deathmatch zone coming beginning of next month. This month. We just did that. We just did the PvP deathmatch. That was like 2 days ago.
And we just did a hot fix.
It's September already?
We did a hot fix.
Oh my goodness. What happened
yesterday
to August?
Or this morning.
It went out yesterday. We did
we have this
today.
morning. And we're actually looking for some feedback still, so keep sending that our way. I think we're going to be making a social post this evening as well if you want to send us some feedback.
Yeah, we have Broker from Anywhere coming for all access members. So you'll be able to just from your EQ2 menu open up a broker and sell and trade. I think that maybe only from Overland zones.
No, we didn't put any sort of restriction on that.
Okay, so Broker from Anywhere. We've got something else. We've got some performance updates coming later in the month, and then at the end of the month we've got level-agnostic dungeons and Grandmaster spells coming.
And by the way, thank you guys for helping us. We did a couple different beta tests, and you guys came and helped us do some tests with those, so we really appreciate it. I don't know if we'll be doing another one coming up here, but just keep helping us out. That means a lot for us.
I believe we're talking about both more in depth a little later in the show, right? So
yes.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So I don't have to go into depth on that.
Yeah. So
both Grandmaster spells and level-agnostic dungeons.
Yes,
and then we've got lots of fun stuff coming. Mostly October is beta and Knights of the Dead, and so
Ultra
And then
Mouse beta is going to be starting soon. We're going to have beta rewards like we did last year, maybe even stupendously better. So get on beta and test those quests and dungeons and advanced solos and raids, because you might earn some really cool stuff for your play server.
Woo! Woo! I love it. And you can't give any hints on like what.
Nope, nothing.
Right.
No.
I tried, guys. I tried for you. But let's talk about like what we're gonna be talking about today. So we're gonna have Overland and dungeon lore. I know a lot of you guys have been talking to me and telling me I really want to see more or hear more about the lore, and we're gonna deliver that. We have Nathan over there that's super prepped for it and ready to rock and roll. He looks really excited right now. And then we have we also have level-agnostic dungeons that we're going to be going over. I know a few of you had questions in chat. Please do continue to put those questions in chat as we move to each of those topics, because I'll bring them up whenever there's space in between whatever they're talking about. And then we're going to be talking about grandmasters as well as Knights of the Dead. And then Nathan's going to be bringing in our new dev picks for this month. Well, kind of like 2 months now. But you guys have been continually putting more of those houses on our dev picks thread, and we really appreciate it. It's amazing. Like, I don't even know how he picks 5 or 4 every week. Like how? 3? Yeah, like how do you even pick them? They're just like, all of them are amazing. So yeah, that's going to be our show today. Let's start off with our Overland and dungeon lore. Do you want to take the wheel?
Oh, is that how the pictures
Yeah,
change?
they're going to show up on the screen, so whenever you're ready to rock and roll, man.
All right. Oh, really? How do you? Oh, yeah.
The lovely
Woohoo!
Go
Hey, look,
Nathan.
technology!
Go
Hey.
It's better than SOE Live.
Click. Anyway, so what you're looking at here is a little bit of the island. There's so much lore that we could be talking about when it comes to the Overland or to dungeon of the expansion. So what I focused on right now is one of the islands that you're going to be encountering here within the expansion. And this is in the Tranquil Sea. This is Deathweave Isle. And as you're going around here on Deathweave, you're going to find all sorts of creatures. This is a very feral environment. Beautiful, but feral. Particularly when you get to see why it is that it's named Deathweave Isle.
bugs that are going to come out of that.
Right. I'm not saying there's bugs.
They're like,
Ah!
no!
Yes. So the Urzarak are here.
So
and
should we have Kyle sing the song again?
Spider Bear. No.
Okay.
No Spider Bear song. Okay. So this is Deathweave Isle, and this is where the Urzarak are. When you come to this island, you're actually searching for someone, and you believe that he's landed here and been taken, and that's what you then learn about all of these creatures that are on the island and why it is that it's been called Deathweave Isle, what it is that could have befallen this person that you are looking for, as well as then you start uncovering some other issues going on with the Urzarak. And you find that they aren't all feral, so what is it that has made these ones feral? And then you'll get into
Poor diet and exercise routines.
And feel free to ask any questions that you guys have along the way as he's explaining this too.
So you see these 2 different types of Urzarak that are on the island, and getting to that point of what it is that's caused them to be feral. And then all of a sudden, that leads you to a little sneaky spot on the island.
Mysterious cave in the middle of the mountain.
Yes. As you can see here, there's a boat in the foreground, and presently, this is how you're going to be entering the dungeon, Broken Skull Bay.
People were really excited about this when we announced it at SOE Live.
Yeah, they were really excited.
The crowd was going crazy.
Yep.
People on Twitter, whenever I was tweeting out and Facebooking out, people were just like getting really, really excited about it.
As well they should.
I tried to get them to make us use fairy dust and fly through the eyeball of a skeleton, but they said no.
What?
So.
That sounds awesome.
Art said
You should use the fairy dust and
it
grow
was just
wings.
too Peter Pan
Like
to go to
specific
Broken
kind.
Skull Bay. So.
It's okay. I would have said no too.
Crusher of Dreams.
Yes.
Ooh, I like that title.
Ooh, that should be a title.
So here, now I'm going to hand it over to Carlos, because he's got all of the dungeon.
Yeah, so Broken Skull Bay, I mean, it's been pretty exciting. I've been having a lot of fun making it. there's a lot of different areas throughout it. There's ships that you can explore. There's like this is the ship.
Is there treasure on
Hate's
said
Fury.
ships?
There might be treasure. There might be treasure that attacks you. There's also the little dirigibles or floating mobs that are around the zone that might or might not shoot cannons at you. So you'll have to watch out for those. All sorts of different pirates and pirate-like stuff. There's sharks. There's all sorts of cool scaffolding and ramparts and stuff to wander around.
And you're going to be able to climb them?
Yes, yes, you'll be able to
It's
go
basically
around.
like a pirate city built in a cave.
Yes.
As you
Picture
can
like
see.
a Tortuga type thing,
Yes.
but built into the middle of a mountain.
Tortuga crammed into a cave.
But there's also a jail. This is
Walk
a
the
little
plank.
interesting kind of take on the jail. It's kind of got some floating cages and stuff and a giant hole in the middle, so when they die, they can just dispose of them. That type of stuff.
I like how you've already thought of the disposal part. Of
It's got to be
what are you gonna do with
efficient.
all the bodies,
They're pirates, One thing they didn't really expect is the feral Urzaraks out on the island weren't always there. It was the kind of more friendly, more sentient Urzaraks that were there previous, and they were getting a little too close to home when it comes to the pirates. So they decided to corrupt the spider bears by poisoning their food source and making a more feral type version of them to kind of keep people at bay and keep people away from their home. But it kind of backfired on them. So now the spider bears or the Urzaraks, sorry, they're kind of invading and breaking through the walls of the Broken Skull Bay. So they're having to fight them off a little bit. They haven't quite pushed all the way through, but they're starting to invade, and you'll
As
see a little
if
bit of that.
spider bears weren't enough to keep you away from the island.
Pirates and spider
Right.
bears.
Or pirate spider bears? I don't know.
Pirates riding spider bears.
Ooh. Don't give Tom any ideas.
They'd
But
be
yeah,
perfect
the
for a map.
entire place is built out of like broken ship parts and stuff that they've scavenged around the world. Broken Skull Pirates have been around for a while, so they've got lots of little cool things all throughout the dungeon. As you can see, there's a mast kind of sitting there with lanterns off of it. There's a mine cart there that you may or may not be able to ride throughout the dungeon.
So what's the history of how
Wink, wink.
how these pirates made this their home?
Well, they just kind of needed a place to not be discovered, and being in the center
Hide out and
of
hide their booty.
Okay.
right, being in the center of a giant island full of Urzaraks, spider bears, seemed like a logical choice. It seemed like a place people probably
Protected,
would
yeah.
not want to discover,
All right.
So it was kind of discovered that. Inside, there's all sorts of like cave structures and waterfalls and rivers and all sorts of cool things. There's also treasure rooms that you can explore and maybe see where they are corrupting the feral Urzaraks. Yep.
Nice. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And if you guys, I didn't see any questions about the lore in there, so I think you guys are all content with it.
Just kind of soaking it up.
I'm
So-
assuming everyone's content.
A couple of people asked about solo dungeons in the expansion.
Oh,
Want to talk
yeah.
about that, Kyle?
About solo dungeons, yeah,
Yeah.
there'll be an advanced solo or two for each theme. So there'll definitely be a Broken Skull Bay advanced solo. Yeah, we have some stuff that we have a little bit more than we promised. So we have some stuff that's going to get pushed back to like January. It'll be exciting. So there'll be more stuff for the expansion coming even after the
And
expansion.
it's not just solo advanced dungeons. It's like
And that's
raids
outside the
and things
number
like
that we've already released. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So tons of
We
content for
worked
you.
so hard that we have extra stuff.
It's good. It's good.
I know, it's amazing.
And I mean, we're gonna have, I think it's 11 zones, right?
11 what?
11 zones.
there's 14 dungeons.
14 dungeons.
14 heroic dungeons, 6 advanced solo, 2 overland, 2 contested. What am I leaving out? 6 raid zones.
6 raid zones, yeah.
An all new area for Avatar fun.
Yeah, and a partridge in a pear tree.
And a partridge.
And we'll be going over some of those things in the future. I know we have some articles planned and things like that, so keep letting us know what you guys are interested in hearing about. But we're going to be moving on to the next thing. We kind of just talked a little bit about lore and Overland, lore and dungeons as well. Now we're moving into level-agnostic dungeons, and I know there are a lot of people in chat that initially were really excited about it, so let's start off. You'll be able to just go ahead and click that button and we'll go into that next thing.
So yeah, level agnostic dungeons. Basically, it's a lot of dungeons that you've seen before, but we've kind of put a new spin to where you can take people from, I think it's level 20
to 89.
20 to 89, with plans in the future to hopefully go beyond that. But it's a lot of work, so we're trying to get it out.
Someone in chat was actually saying that they're really excited about that because they're going to be able to find people to group with and level up before the expansion.
And leveling will be a big emphasis there. I mean, the experience in there is great. It's not just, you know, your typical grind. It's going in and actually doing a zone and getting rewarded well for it. You'll also get regular rewards, so rewards for your level. So if you're in there with a level 20 and your buddy's level 85, your buddy's going to get level 85 loot and you're going to get level 20 loot.
That's so awesome.
So it's very rewarding.
So it's not it's going to be something that like you can go back with your friends and not feel like, oh, I just have to go back here and like grind.
Yeah.
You're going back and you're actually getting rewards for yourself.
Somebody asked how we chose these, so we kind of tried to go back and look at each expansion, and we tried to pick stuff that was kind of showcasey, and also we tried to pick some of the stuff that didn't have the overly complicated scripted events and stuff like that, because we were trying to get something that everyone could enjoy. You should still find these, you know, fun for 6 people and challenging for 3 to 4 people. So
they probably won't be quite as easy as mentoring down and doing the zones.
No, they won't.
It's a bit different system, but
yeah,
it'll still be challenging, but at the same time rewarding.
It'll be more, yeah,
when
be
you're
more
mentoring
rewarding
down,
than
you're
mentoring
not really
down.
getting rewards for your level. You're
No.
getting the same rewards that you would get at the level that it was intended for.
Right. And we do plan to eventually take it to 95 and possibly beyond. We just don't have a time frame for that.
I saw someone in chat ask about cross server, and when we when cross server dungeons do come next year, we will add these to the cross server system.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
There's a lot of back end work that needs to happen before we can do cross server dungeons, but when that comes, there'll absolutely be cross server level agnostic dungeons.
Yeah.
Correct.
So we tried to pick stuff that we enjoyed, stuff that we remember fondly. So
I really like this one.
Because
whenever,
Yeah, this is
whenever you go in there,
library
well, I
version.
love this because it's kind of like a Clue-esque type of game.
murder mystery
Yeah,
type
where you have
thing.
to
Yeah,
like go
it's great.
find the clues, and then at the end you have to answer the questions right, which is fun. I highly recommend going and playing it if you haven't.
Chelseth? Or
Chelsea,
Yeah, somebody just asked if there are plans to make all zones level agnostic, and the answer is no. Well, we're going to pick and choose zones to make level agnostic. It's not just like we flip a switch and it works as level agnostic. There's work that needs to go into the zone.
You guys go in and balance,
Yeah,
and then
we
you have
have to
itemize it, right?
We have to go into each zone and adjust it and make changes. There's a lot of zones that, you know, won't just function as a agnostic zone, so it takes some time. But our plan is to add, you know, keep adding to it, especially if it's popular. If it's super popular, then we'll keep adding as much as we can to it.
So it's also a way for people that maybe haven't seen these zones to go back and experience the zones and still get something from it. Some people haven't seen some of these zones that we're putting in. So,
Exactly.
And they're great content.
I was actually wondering about that. So when you go back and you're revitalizing some of these content to make it useful for level agnostic dungeons, are you guys changing any of the fights or balancing anything crazily?
Not really.
We don't really change it much. I mean, we might take some little nuances out from the fights. Like if there's a fight that is like overly scripted, we might take one mechanic if it doesn't play nice at all levels.
Oh, gotcha.
We might take it out, but for the most part, we're picking dungeons that play well with the system.
All right.
Yeah, we tried to pick stuff that went well with the agnostic theme.
Right.
And then I have someone who said, you mentioned that you would have some way to gear up for the new expansion. Can you elaborate about that? And that was Hakif.
That was the last couple months before this month, the Gear Up, Level Up promotion. Where
Yeah, we did
had
have that.
double tokens and extra XP for subscribers and all that stuff.
Yeah, we did have a crazy amount of stuff.
Yep.
Will the equipment rewards be based on in the level agnostic dungeons,
Or what will they be?
what will they? Yeah, what will the
They're
equipment?
based on your
Based
actual
on your
level.
level.
Yeah. So depending on what level you are when you're going into the dungeon, it will provide you a reward based on that.
And you can't mentor down and go in. You're only using your actual level.
Yes. So if you mentor down, then you're going to get the mentor down. Like if you go mentor down to 20, you're going to be getting 20.
No, you
Level.
can't mentor
You
down.
can't
If, you
enter the
mentor, if you're
dungeon
level
if you're
85 and you
mentored
mentor down, you're going to fight at level 80. Fight at level 85 and get level 85 rewards.
Gotcha.
So it's not going to do any of the scaling based on your virtual level. It's always going to use your actual real
Right.
level.
Gotcha. Good to know. All right. I guess we can move on to the next thing, which is going to be Grandmasters. So I think you're going to kind of head that off.
Yeah.
He did a lot of research, man. No, not a lot of research, but he's been prepping. He's like, I took an hour, Maggie. I prepped this stuff. I was like, all right. You guys can read that? All right, you're good to go.
Here you go, Grandmasters.
Here's your eye
All right.
exam.
So, what,
Cover your right
what's
eye.
the first big thing that we want to talk about with Grandmasters?
I'm just gonna basically be transparent about the whole thing, and I'm gonna tell you everything I can tell you. So
And if you guys have questions
if you have
along
questions
the way, toss
afterwards,
them.
which I would be amazed, but you never know. So basically, Grandmasters are from level 1 to 100. So not every spell is going to be upgraded. There are a handful, and when I say a handful, I mean you can count them on both hands that won't be upgraded due to balance issues. There's very few of them. I can't name any offhand at the moment. You do not have to have you don't have to have the expansion to get Grandmasters from 195. 96 to 100 Masters and Grandmasters obviously will be an Altar of Malice, and if you don't have the expansion, you're not going to get from 96 to 100 anyway, so it won't do you much good. Having Grandmasters requires a sub. If you unsub, your spells will return to Master, regardless of where they were scribed from. So if you scribed a Grandmaster from Apprentice and you unsub, they'll go back to Master.
And by unsub, you mean you no longer have all access membership?
A subscription, yes. So you have to have all access to have Grandmasters. And the reason that we're doing that, the reason why you're going to be returned to Master on your spells is because the Grandmasters are going to require the Master Scroll as part of the recipe. So yes, you're going to have to go get all those Masters again to make Grandmasters. As I said,
Bunkers are filtering from Masters right now.
Yeah, as I said, Grandmasters are not going to be as prolific as experts. You're not going to just be able to go out and get every single Grandmaster right away. It's going to be, there's a process to it. So the recipes require the Master Scroll. As I said already, they're going to require a rare harvest component, and some other TS components, rare and common. All trade skill classes are going to be able to make Grandmasters, but the spell making classes like Jeweler and those will have a benefit because there's actually some skill involved to making these. So the classes that already make spells will have a benefit on that. They'll be able to make them a lot easier.
And when you're saying like you're going to need have skill in that, what did you mean by that?
So they're trade skilled, right? And also you're not going to be able to just click a button and walk away.
Gotcha. You have to pay attention.
You have to actually pay attention. They're going to require some skills. If you fail, you will lose some components. But they should be pretty easy to make, and they'll be a lot easier for obviously the spell making trade skill classes. Grandmasters can be researched. Recipe books will be available via World Drops and the Trade Skill Apprentice. Let's see. Where did I leave out?
The trade skill rares for Grandmasters will not be drops. They're going to be harvested. So you don't need to.
Yeah,
You don't need to raid to get the trade skill components to make the craft Grandmaster.
Right.
But they will not be included in the pack pony or the.
They
Oh,
will
that's
not,
another
you
thing
need to
too.
harvest them
Yeah,
out
the
the
rares for
yourself.
Grandmasters, you won't be able to get them from the Goblin. You won't be able to get them from the Pony. You have to go out and harvest, and they are rare harvests. Let's see. Ancient spells. People asked about some of this stuff, so we'll go over ancients. Ancient spells will only drop in Altar of Malice. There's only going to be 4 to 6 ancient spells per class. It's not going to be an ancient spell for every spell. It'll be, your big spells, your important spells, your big hitter spells. and they can only be scribed over a grandmaster. You cannot use a master and scribe them from anywhere. To scribe an ancient spell, you must have the grandmaster version.
You must have the grandmaster.
Yes, ancients will be drops only. They cannot be researched at all. They will be tradable. And the upgrade on ancient spells is going to be anywhere from 10 to 20% from the original spell.
So we have another question from Illusionary Mystic who says, research assistants, are we getting more assistants or new stuff added to the current ones?
We actually haven't implemented that yet, so I'm not sure if it's going on the current one. Oh no, they'll have to go on the current one for, hey, think about it. So obviously 1 through 95 will have to go on the current apprentice, trade skill apprentice. We are adding a new trade skill apprentice for the expansion, and there will be new trade skill apprentice stuff for Altar of Malice. Most likely that'll be where you get the 96 to 100 Grandmaster recipes. And
there's going to be content for trade skillers also, like quests and things that you guys can complete. So
we actually Error asked if you keep ancients if you drop your subscription, and the ancients behave just like the grandmasters if you drop your subscription. If you have an ancient scribe,
they go back to master.
They go back to master when you drop your sub.
Yep. So what was the question?
The trade skill quests.
Yeah, so we actually have out of the grace of her heart, Emily Taylor's returned DQ2 to help us out with some trade skill quests for this expansion. She's back on the team temporarily to help us out, and
she also helped with the recent article that I did for Throwback Thursday last week, where she picked out some of the clothing pieces that she thought people would love to see that were old school items that you could still attain in game, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, I'm gonna go find them." So yeah, really
Domino is back and she's helping us out. We're really happy to have her helping us. She's very, very, very awesome and helpful. So we're excited.
Good times. And further back into the Grandmaster.
I think that's everything.
You got everything?
Here.
Do we have any other questions here for anybody?
I think a follow-up to what Akil was talking about. They're curious. So you lose your subscription, these things fall out onto Master. When you subscribe again, do they go back up?
They go back up.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'll remember what you had. So if you had, 5 ancient spells and the rest were Grandmasters, obviously when you resub, they will return to their original levels. They remember which levels they were. So
Magically.
Auto-magically. We like when that happens. So Violet, the name is spelled different.
But Grandmasters are tradable, so people can make them. People who don't have, that don't have the expansion can still make them because the products are still going to be out there. But like I said, you're not going to be able to do anything with 96 to 100 Grandmasters unless you have the expansion and you level up.
So the next question there, I actually missed it because the chat went crazy. Oh, I missed it. We do have another one. Can you keep your old apprentice and have the new one too? This is from Jerry.
Are you talking about the character specialization, perhaps?
Possibly.
That would be my guess. I don't know what you mean.
Trade skill apprentice is what they're talking about.
Oh, your trade skill apprentice?
You can have multiple.
You can have multiple trade skill apprentices.
You just can't have more than one of the same.
Yeah. So the next question up was a follow-up from Jerry. He said, "Question: Can you have two apprentices? Apprentices? Oh goodness.
You can't have 2 of the same one, but you can have different apprentices from different content releases."
So Inquisitor 26 is saying, if you resub and have an ancient that turned to a master, will it be upgraded back to ancient?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we just said.
It's gonna remember what it was at when you.
So your spells will remember what level they are if they're above master. So obviously, if you have an apprentice, spell and you scribe a grandmaster, it goes to grandmaster. When you unsub, it will return to master. So
and then when you resub, it'll go back.
If
it's an ancient, it'll return to master. If it's a grandmaster, it'll return to master. When you resub, it will return to whatever tier you had.
All right, fantastic. So that, I think, pretty much sums up Grandmasters. I don't see any other questions about Grandmasters. Now it's just turned into all kinds of questions happening. We're specifically just talking about Grandmasters. But now we're going to switch over and we're going to talk about Knights of the Dead, which is coming up shortly-ish. And are you going to be running us through that, Nathan?
Sure.
Yeah. And we have some lovely photos.
So Knights of the Dead, this is coming up here for Halloween. We all know this. So you get to, it's like our second most popular holiday. I know some people, it's your first. I get that. But
There's so many cool items that you get.
There are so many cool items that you get. The person that you're seeing on your screen right now is Setri, and she will be making an appearance again. She's got a new quest for people.
Fellow purple-haired friend.
Yes, yeah.
She's awesome.
So you've got a new quest from her. You've got a new achievement. You've got new trade skills. You've got new items that you can buy, and new rewards and illusions. So let's go into. I've just got a few pictures here of different things going on around the world. Part of the quest is that you're going to be searching down some ghosts.
In
Knights of the Dead. Yes, imagine. Not goats. Ghosts.
Oh, ghosts.
Goats aren't very scary.
No.
Well, it could be a ghost of a goat.
Ghost.
Bad.
Goat ghost.
Anyway. So anyway, as you're doing this quest, you're out there to try and get these ghosts to go off onto Aetherneer, and some of them are not really wanting to do that, so you have to convince them a little bit. And the great thing about that quest, though, is that it was designed with a lot of freedom in mind. So you really have to explore. It doesn't tell you what zone you have to go to, what graveyard you're going to find your next update at. So it really gets you out into the world, into a lot of those zones that you probably haven't been to for a while.
Oh, I like this person's ghostly goats. That does sound better.
So here's a screenshot of all sorts of the new items that you can craft and obtain here with the holiday coming up. So you can see all sorts of their curtains there that are all layered up because you can't get all of them all in one shot. But it's all sorts of curtains.
It actually kind of looks cool layered like that.
Like that? Yeah.
I don't see any
goats. Colors. Yeah. I don't see any goats.
Well, there might be a skeletal goat there.
So we've got a lot of new things coming up.
I wasn't going to say that.
It's like a mini Tyrannix. Yeah.
It's a baby terror.
Terror, yes. So we go, Knights of the Dead coming up. Hope you can all get in there and enjoy that. It starts October 9th, if I'm not mistaken. Check out your in-game calendar, though.
Yeah, I believe so. And all our dates are always on our in-game calendar. Check those out. We always say whenever events are coming up. By the way, are any of those items station cache items, or are those all questable?
Those were all questable.
Okay.
Every single one of those were at least questable or trade skill. Yep.
Are we going to have any new station cache items as well?
Of course.
Of course. And Player Studio. I know there were some people working on some Player Studio items.
Yeah, but I haven't seen any of that yet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I know that there were some that some of you guys have been working on for the holiday seasons. So do keep in touch with us about that, so we'll figure out what's coming up in that regard. Oh, and then finally, we always end our streams with dev picks.
Yay!
Yay! So we're hopping in game, and you have 3 this evening. Is that what you're saying?
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Overachiever.
Well, one of them I think will go a little quickly, so that's why I picked 3.
Well, we have lots of time, so you're good. And if we finish a little bit earlier, we'll do a Q&A session. Awesome. So do start prepping. I'll let you guys know whenever that's coming up, so you guys can start prepping questions in chat, and we'll all try to. There's a couple of us looking at chat, and we'll try to pull them up.
I've heard of the chats before.
The chats.
What is this internet webs chats? How does this work?
All right, so our first one, this is Carafirm's Dark Secret. It's on Everfrost, and Carafirm is actually the character's name that owns it.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. It's not actually the dragons. Yeah, it's not the prismatic.
Writing something over there.
Right.
Fix the naming filter.
I liked the
spelled with an I.
all of these different objects.
The trees are
thought it was
so
kind of
creepy.
neat. So this was
The trees have eyes on them.
Yes.
Perfect for Halloween season.
And they look at you.
Do
Do
you watch those?
Really?
Look at those eyes.
Do they move?
They move
follow
with you.
you.
I think you need to be a little closer. I can't see that far.
See the
that's
iris?
really creepy. Yeah, that is so creepy. That's awesome. That's
They're
really
like
cool.
Kazakh Thule style trees.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've got some plant life out here. They've also got some other things just on display. I like all these replicas.
They need to add some more merchants that, like, when you walk up.
Well,
see
now,
stuff.
yeah, I'm thinking now that you can get some actors in there, right?
Yeah,
Now that we have the
us actors.
Yeah. Why? One of the things that really attracted me to this house, though, was just the fact that we hadn't shown a Darklight Palace redone. And so that interested me, but their theme I thought was just
And the Darklight Palace
really nice.
Prestige home is beautiful.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Even without anything in
Yeah.
it.
Right, right.
really,
It's
really
just
gorgeous.
beautiful.
We put that out a few months ago. It had to been like 5 months ago-ish.
Not too long ago, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey,
look
I
at the
recognize
little
that
blob.
guy.
That's
I recognize
Hey,
that guy.
walk
That's from the
through
Shard of
doors.
Love. So when you come in, though, it definitely has a different feel than even the original palace does.
It's a little brighter.
It's got to wait
Yeah.
to load a little bit
They
here.
added a lot of
Got some objects.
color to it.
But it's a great mix of new and old world items. Here,
Oh, wow.
a few more pop in.
That's like one of my favorite banners, the one with the skulls and stuff. That's cool.
Good placement
that
with
one.
the
Yeah.
with the scroll
good.
case right in front of it, like that too.
Matches well.
Uh huh. Boom, boom,
It's
boom,
like the Cloak of Flames. We got the Cloak of Flames. We got the, what is the one with the eyes?
That one is really rad, though. The one with the eyes.
There's one in there from Gook. And there's
Yeah.
one in there
That's an
from
Iridan one, isn't it? Or Peniel?
Peniel.
Yeah.
I always love to see people's thrones because sometimes people put together like crazy items to create their own awesome thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside.
Oh, they have
Cows.
some.
Cows for tipping?
You need to be able to right click and tip them over.
I'll be very impressed if we see a goat in here.
What's that?
A
That's
duck.
funny.
Aw.
Who would want a duck in the game?
No one wants to.
No one wants ducks.
You can only tip cows 8%. They don't go all the way over.
Oh.
They just kind of like
Well, kinda depends on the
leave.
service, doesn't it?
15%, yeah. I guess
Oh,
the service is
snap.
good enough.
So you were just saying about homemade altars and
Thrones.
thrones. Sorry,
Thrones.
thrones. Yes,
Oh,
I
that's
got
cool.
altar of malice on the brain here. Yeah. So they did a pretty good job
nice.
there. On
Little
that one.
bodyguards.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they have all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Torture chairs.
Kind of a little creepy.
What
Oh
the-
my god.
And some people ask, well, why don't we have
What is
kid models in
happening
game? I think this
there?
is
Yeah.
exactly
That's
why we don't
exactly
have
why.
kid models in game.
That's so gross.
This is why we can't have nice things.
And of course, the obligatory T-Rex.
yeah, you gotta have a T-Rex.
No.
Perfect.
Yes.
Or Aloysiosaur, I think it is.
Yes, it is. So this is the first floor on there. They took a lot
They
of,
put a lot of paintings on the walls too.
did a lot of really cool things with the older items, newer items, and just mixing it all up.
Noms.
Kitchen.
Totally like
My favorite
if I can
place.
scroll out so you can really see more of the room itself. Yeah,
You just want to see the purple wings.
I did.
Oh, I like that. Those little
Right?
terrace where
A
you
little
can-
theme right there.
Yeah.
They charge extra to have dinner out there.
Yeah.
I bet they do. I would.
I'm certain.
Totally.
Look-
You've got a
look, Can you
view.
see the? Can you show us the view?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Show us the view, man.
Sorry, I'm looking at
If
the
you were to
objects.
die in
and-
there.
He's looking at the food.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
He's
my
just
God.
like food, man.
Okay.
So it's like your equivalent to a shooting star is just like a flying
skull.
skull.
It's very romantic.
Yes.
Super romantic.
Faye and Aris, or I should say Arisai souls all swimming around. Yes. So then the next floor, again, they went with a different theme.
Is this a brewery?
I was thinking it was like a brewery
Alchemist,
or
brewery,
alchemy,
yeah.
like
We'll go with
lab.
brewery.
Like this is their lab. Oh, they have
Lab.
a map too.
Lab,
So
that's good.
they're plotting something. Oh, and look, they have the
Plotting
shelf.
world dominance.
Yeah.
Their
Look at all the poisons
Yeah,
and-
their poisons and potions.
Yep.
Very, very neat. Some books.
Yeah.
What is that on the right?
Murmur.
Oh, I see.
Oh, this
Still
one?
or
Yeah.
So you can see the bones inside of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to see because I'm
Murmur.
so far away.
Scroll in, man. There you go.
Laboratory of
All I see is
dark
wings.
magic.
Aye.
I like how slow that happened. 10 minutes later, now we all see it.
Now you get a little bit more cozy
We
of
need to
a
add a
room.
piano in here.
And
oh,
it-
is that a bed?
Good. It's a bed. Good use of the
like the
newer
curtains.
curtains that
Drapes,
we've been
yeah.
coming out with. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. There's 2 beds. I don't know what's happening here.
They're Ricky and
Bathroom?
Lucying it.
I don't know what's happening.
Oh, hey, look at that painting. We recognize that.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, we have that hanging up in our building.
I'm going to cheat so that I can be out and show you a little bit more of the room here without showing you my wings blocking the view.
Yay!
Look at that.
That's a really
awesome
cool
bed.
room. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the little.
That's
is that
not a one
desk?
piece though, is it? That's put together.
They even have
Some
a
of
makeup
these are
stand.
some of these are one pieces, and then others are put together. Absolutely.
They have like a little mirror, makeup stand, a desk, cupboards.
Yeah.
Are those weapons? Like, I guess.
Yes. Well,
See,
why
I would-
wouldn't
I
you?
would put
It's
them
right
closer
next
to-
to the.
EverQuest II, every room should have it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I would
And
keep
skulls.
it closer to my bed.
Skulls.
Maybe not by the doorway where people can grab them before
No
they come.
shortage of weapon racks in EQ2.
No shortage. Yes.
Awesome. Oh, that's a nice painting.
Yeah, I like that painting.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice to look at.
Very nice.
Very,
Very
very
nice.
nice.
Yes.
I
I
approve.
picked it. I thought that they had done a really good job of taking something that's stylistically very set. You know, you look at the Neriac Castle and you're always going to know it's the Neriac Castle. This is Kristanos' house.
Yeah, I don't know if they put up lower thirds or something for them, but yeah.
And so then though, trying to take those different areas and show a different theme to it, I just thought was really creative.
Well done.
Yeah,
And again,
well done.
whose place was this, and where can people find it? The
So this
server
is
and-
Carafrum's Dark Secret on Everfrost.
All right. Yeah, so if you guys want to check it out, and as we're going through these, we're on the live server, so you're welcome to join us. In the past ones, we've had people come and hang out with us, so feel free to. We don't mind at all. And
But
while he's switching over
yeah.
to the next one, feel free to ask any questions.
So
I'm
that's where we're
imagining
going next,
people in front
Nathan?
of the.
So next we're going to Cabell's estate on Oasis.
Cool.
All right.
Imagining people coming into the rooms while we're in there showing them off, like waving in front of the camera.
Yeah, it has happened.
We've had a couple where people are hanging out, or they walk around and they're like, come over here, check out the next thing.
And then try and talk to him and then realize his chat is completely off. He has no idea what he's saying. Which is
Yeah,
probably-
well, and
probably-
even if
probably a safe
even
thing,
if it
actually.
was on, I would not. I'm so busy trying to direct myself.
I'm looking to see
Yeah,
what other
looking at
questions.
those houses never ceases to amaze me. I mean, there's so much attention to detail in all the rooms and all the levels. Like it's truly amazing to me every time Nathan runs through another one of these.
Yeah.
What people put together and how they get like these really cohesive visions and turn them into these beautiful spaces.
My thing is more so, and I've been watching this thread on the forums too, where people are like, they try to build specific things using items in the game,
Yep.
and that intrigues me. I went like, they give you like little recipes. They're like, all right, here are the things that you'll need to create this, and I go in and I'm like, I try to recreate it, and it doesn't look exactly the same, but there's so many good ideas. And this person's definitely prepared.
Yeah, right.
As we said, lots of weapons.
So this is Cabell's estate on Oasis.
You don't want to break into this house.
And Cabell is the owner. Yeah, no, don't break in here. I think they're well defended.
Yeah.
Yes. The thing that really got me on this one, not only is this fully furnished. Sorry, I can't throw out my F's today. Fully furnished, uncanny estate, but it's been expanded with additional rooms.
Ooh.
Something I did not expect when I came in here. So.
What's going on with this living room set to the left of us?
Oh, sorry. I'll take you right back out there here in
Okay.
just a moment.
Okay.
So in here we've got
Jumping ahead.
this big
It was the room that we were in.
kitchen for everybody.
That is a very big kitchen.
Yeah, in this estate.
Needs more food.
With a creepy
I meant that.
painting
those-
of
Right,
the
right.
family.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, that was. So this was just the entryways to
Already
their other
applied.
houses and/or guild hall, Maggie.
Ah,
Very
So they've got a few other houses that they want you to visit, and you can access them right there. The creepy family. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you're right, Carlos.
It
they
is
look like
really
they fit with
creepy.
this house.
So let's see. So from here, go across the way.
Alcohol.
Oh,
Right,
gambling.
right. It looks like a little
Oh, cool.
little den.
Lounge or a
Ooh,
bar.
bar.
That's cool.
There you go.
Fippy.
With Fippy.
It almost looks like they
Fippy
tried to
would be.
recreate the bar in Unrest.
It basically is.
Yeah.
What house
What?
is this that they
It's the
use?
uncanny.
See, look,
Is that a
again,
bathroom?
so you were just talking about
Oh.
cobbling items together to make furniture pieces that we don't have in game, and you can totally tell that that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
Wow.
This
Maybe the
is-
sink.
Uh-huh.
Dude, the mirror actually is a mirror. It's super cool. Look at that.
Hello.
Yeah.
And a toilet.
Cobbling items together, right?
Very well done.
I
With
laughed,
toilet paper.
I laughed at this, and I
Green
realized
toilet
that's a
paper?
mug on the
is it
side.
wrong? That's pretty cool.
Isn't that awesome?
Green toilet paper.
Hey, it's
Hey,
festive.
Yeah.
Festive. There we go.
Or it's been used.
We all.
Okay.
You don't get to visit at my house, Maggie.
If you use toilet paper and it turns green, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so and this is the first one. There's a lot of them out there, but this is the first one that I've shown, or featured, I should say, on Player House and DevPix. But this aquarium.
Oh, that's really cool. I love. Honestly, there are amazing aquariums.
Aren't there? Yeah, yeah,
There are
yeah.
amazing aquariums.
I mean, and this isn't like the biggest I've seen either. This is just a nice little sample of what a lot of people have totally taken off with. It's awesome.
There's a roulette wheel there.
Yeah, yeah. And then coming upstairs, we get all sorts of more rooms. This is an estate, and all these rooms
I like the fireplace.
have been decked out.
That's a huge fireplace.
Yeah, that's cool. And a wine rack. in front
Yeah.
of it.
I don't know if I would put the wine.
Well, I think it's
I
supposed
guess
to be
if-
like a grate in front of
Oh.
the fireplace, but it's
And
still-
people that are
Oh,
familiar.
Fan. Dude, look at
Yeah.
the ceiling fan.
That's awesome.
That's sick.
people that are familiar with this house will catch, that this doesn't belong here.
No.
This whole wall is new. They constructed this. They put the doors here.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love the stuff that people do with things like that, where they just create rooms or lofts.
Inside of other
Or
rooms.
lofts.
It's
Yeah,
So here's the restroom for the second floor.
it's much more spacious.
Don't linger around mirrors in this one. You might get a doppelganger out of it.
Oh, it even has
Oh,
a
it's
bathtub.
Yeah,
Someone
nice.
should probably drain it.
Depends on how long it's been there.
Yeah.
That's
Someone's preparing a bath.
what made the toilet paper green.
Aw. Aw.
And again,
This one has a little fireplace. A cupboard.
yeah.
Nice.
So I just think, dang creative to have taken a space that was definitely one house and turn it into, functionality-wise, into this nice little inn. So,
And then we still have one more, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
The next one will be Sayla's Abode, designed by Airfrin, and that's on Butcher Block.
Ooh. So we'll be on Butcher Block if you
Yeah.
want to rush your way over to us.
Everybody's flooding in there right now.
Or try to create a character, one of the two.
Oh, goodness.
If you can beat us there, that's impressive.
Right.
Some people,
That's
I mean, we've had-
actually impossible since we're ahead of them with the time delay.
Yeah.
In case you swear, Carla. You know what,
Hey, it depends on how long I stall.
yeah,
It
you,
really
you've
is.
been you've had a mouth like a sail ever since you started working in that pirate zone.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, how has it been working with all the pirates?
it's been awesome. I mean, I've had a lot of fun with it. I've been able to kind of push the boundaries a little bit without, getting a keel to bust down my door. But
Yeah.
With
it's been
pirate
cool.
talk?
Yeah, pirate talk and
Sweet.
scantily clad trolls.
Yarr.
Always.
The beautiful scantily clad
beautiful
trolls.
scantily clad.
Yay. Okay, so here we are. This is Sayla's Abode, designed by Airfrin, and I probably just mispronounced your name, and I apologize. On Butcher Block, and so the owner is Sayla,
Oh,
sorry,
that's so cool.
Sayla, C-A-E-L-A. And I thought that this was a snuggly little two-room home. It's perfectly fit for a gnome and a halfling.
With a bug zapper, apparently.
You can you
Well,
can
they
tell.
have a problem.
Yeah. looks like it.
Or pets, one of the two.
I don't know if you want to zap your pets.
But it's, oh no, I didn't think it was a bug zapper that way. Oh, you're
Oh.
right, you're right.
I don't think that thing looks dangerous.
Yeah.
It's for
Good
anybody
point.
who's tall to
Good
not
point.
come in there. Must be a halfling or
Oh,
something.
there you go. It's like a trap.
Right.
It's a tarp.
Well, so the story is that it is a halfling and a gnome's little love nest. And you totally get that feel in here. I mean, look at the little tinkered flowers up here. You've got all sorts of things that tell you both halfling and gnome.
And little runes.
Hmm?
What is it? Oh.
What is the room there?
Yeah, what is that room? Oh, he's gonna walk
Which one
around.
had an entry? Oh, I must have missed the entry here. Is this one yet? Yes.
Glass doors. Don't worry.
False walls. We never see that in EverQuest.
It's like screen doors that people walk into all the time.
That's cool. It's like a little painting studio.
Yeah.
Is
Yep.
that what that is?
Aw.
Oh, nice.
That's very cool.
Paint me like one of your French girls.
Right, it totally is. Here's the painter would sit
With
here.
gnomes and halflings?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, don't knock it. You of all short people.
Hey.
Aww.
That's because I know.
That's because I know. Oh goodness.
Cute
Little
little.
beast.
Yeah.
They
Well,
must
you
have
know,
some guests.
when it's a halfling house, you're gonna have some food around.
That's true.
For weeks.
Weeks for 11Zs. Yeah. And this little kitchen is so cute.
It must be
Cake
someone's
is a
birthday.
lie.
Hey, it's our birthday coming up. Maybe they're preparing it for us. A little early, but I'll take it.
You can tell that it's been
I really
sized
like
for a
this.
halfling.
So what is the spinny thing that
What's spinny
you've
thing?
gone by
Oh.
100 times?
This thing?
No, the big spinning
Oh,
portal-looking
the
thing.
doorway.
Oh, that's the doorway.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I just popped through that.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very funhouse-esque.
Very
Yeah, I
cool.
actually really like that
That's
door.
Like a
really
mix of
cool.
like a little gnomish halfling door.
Yes.
Did they make that or did we make that?
We made that.
So
Well, we have the one in the middle.
correct.
Right.
And then the other one was part of it. Part of this.
Yeah,
this
they put a static one
This is
with
more
a
like a
moving one in the middle.
steampunky type of.
So you line a whole bunch of them in a row, and then when you walk into it, everybody throws
Keel's
up.
favorite expansion posters in the room.
Oh no. I don't have to find it.
yeah, right
When it's when it's standing up like that, it looks different because she's like actually laying down.
She looks alive
Yeah.
instead of dead.
She's
Yeah.
meditating.
But again, you know, you can tell that there's little themes to each of these pockets. Here is the
Wonder if they're-
trade skill
yeah.
clothing area. Right, the tailor spot over
Yeah,
there.
because it seems like very Taylor-esque, and then they have all these clothing. Maybe
Right.
they're a fashion designer.
Totally got the
Oh, that's cool. It almost looks like they're
Perfect
hung
for
up
Fashion
in the
Week.
closet.
right.
Oh,
Nice
yeah.
timing.
So we've got that, and then the boots down below. And I know that that was kind of a funny thing to
Oh, that's
to
cool.
arrange because those are Frostfell stockings.
Stockings, yeah.
Ah,
So that's really cute.
Well done.
very nice. Yeah, I like the tiny touches of detail that they've
Yes, yes.
involved.
That's really what sells
just
it,
a
right?
lighting
God
in the
is in the
corner here, too.
details.
Yeah, the lighting in the corners, and it matches that room. This
Absolutely.
little loft that they have going on.
Yep.
Is that the gnomish love candle? there? I think that's actually what that item's called.
Which one?
The one with the little hearts coming off the candle there in the corner on the left. Right
That
there.
one.
Oh, it's a Frostfell.
Is there a fossil? There's
Yeah.
another one that's gnomish love candle.
Large
Oh.
peppermint.
Oh, you're both wrong.
Because it's got the
I'm
peppermint.
disappointed.
Oh no, but it is
it is
from
Frostfell.
Frostfell.
You're right,
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
from
yeah.
Frostfell.
Yeah, the theme was Frostfell. Yes.
There's the curtains again.
And another
Oh,
throne.
and a restroom.
Does it have green
Oh, I
toilet
like
paper?
the little candy, like the peppermint.
Right? They really took
chair.
that touch all throughout
And the
this house.
peppermint bath towel holder.
Yeah, it must. They must. I'm guessing Frostfell's their favorite season.
Very cool.
It's very thematic across.
Yes.
Can we
it
look
is.
at the color of the toilet paper, please?
Really.
See if Maggie's been here.
It looks pretty golden.
Oh, I actually like it.
Wow.
What do they make this out
Golden
of?
toilet paper. It looks like scrolls.
Okay, and this is
They're
a
little
Yes,
seashell.
Carlos. I
This is-
poop gold.
That, oh god.
What's that like?
That's I like the seashells. You don't know how to use
That's
seashells.
why. That's why.
Everybody
Is
knows
that
how
Demolition
to use
Man?
Indeed.
That's really cool.
He doesn't know how
I
to
really
use
like
the
this
shells.
one.
Yeah.
What's
the
the
bug
thing on
zapper.
the left-hand side?
Murmur.
Right there. Is that a tiny little door?
It is
Does it open?
to Guildhall.
Oh, that's so cool. I really like it.
I like how if you're not a gnome or a halfling, you can't go in.
It's definitely
yeah.
cutting you off
look,
there.
little monkey. Hey, monkey.
Yeah. So this is my third pick for this episode.
I really like the picks this time. This is very
That's cool.
You know, for being a small space, once again, a small space does not mean that you don't have much space for creativity. What you've got here is just, I think it really speaks volumes, despite its size.
Oh, that painting there actually makes it look a little bigger.
Oh, I
It
just
does, it
noticed.
does.
I just
Looks like a
noticed that
window
the bench up on the ceiling turning into a shelf. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
See, you're picking up more stuff each time you look at it.
Yeah. I'm like I said, that's one of my favorite parts about looking at the Narathian Home Show stuff is that you guys just create amazing assets with just like all kinds of little pieces from here and there, and even like hiding them in walls and stuff is just insane. But I absolutely love it, and I'm gonna miss hanging out with all of you, and it's gonna be a little sad, but I'll still be hanging out in EverQuest 2 all the time. I do my own live streams on my own channel, so definitely tune into those. Everyone else, anything else you guys want to let people know about, say before we say our farewells?
Be sure to come to beta.
Get ready for beta.
Beta.
I need you in
Beta,
beta.
beta.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lots
The rewards will
and
be
lots
worth
of
it.
stuff. Lots and lots of stuff to test. There's going to be rewards.
And we'll have multiple different phases of beta. So we'll have friends and family,
Yep.
all access,
All access, and then open.
Everybody else will be involved. And I think that's going to go for a month or so.
Yeah, the
We'll have
dates are all up
everybody.
on the producers that are post on the
About,
forums.
it's about 6 weeks.
Yeah, so we'll have a good section of beta for you guys to help us test out, and so that we can hopefully fix everything before it goes live.
Yes, beta rewards.
Beta.
I'll say
Yes.
it again. There will be beta rewards.
And they're really
Again.
exciting.
There will
so
be
help.
rewards for testing quests. There will be rewards for testing heroic content. There will be rewards, yes.
And yes, you will be able to copy your characters over.
I just had to stop by. Anybody need a ride home? I'm about to head out. Wanted to make sure that nobody really needed a ride.
No, I'm
No.
in.
No.
No, we're good.
Thanks.
All right, I'm gonna get the duck out of here then. See ya.
I promised you that it would happen. And by the way, duck mounts, they're not all that they're quacked up to be.
You are going to go to the penitentiary for that.
Oh, that was good. None of them knew about this. We like planned this with AV and Rai, but then he came in too early. He was supposed to come in at like 55 after.
Did you really just say penitentiary?
Yes, he did. He did. He did. So I know you guys keep talking about duck mounts, so I wanted, and I promised that if someone sent a duck suit in before the next CQ2 Insider, someone would wear it. So there you go. You
No,
got
I'm
it.
not showing you my duck mount.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, I'm Margaret Luperza-Crone.
Carlos Mora.
Kyle Valee.
We'll go to the couch.
Akil Hooper.
Rice Schuler.
Your new community manager. So, and then.
And Nathan McCall.
So be sure to check out all of our stuff on the forums at EverQuest2.com is all our information. We'll keep you guys updated on all the things that are happening with the expansion. We are super excited. We're preparing like crazy. These guys are energy drinks nonstop, and they're working late every night. We're catering food to them and trying to just like keep them locked down, chained to their desks, to make sure that you guys get all the content that you want. So please keep helping us out and help us out on beta whenever we ask you guys to join us. We really appreciate it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed another EverQuest II Insider. Toodles.